Welcome back everybody to Brain Homestead. We're getting ready to do the last two stumps over on this side. Now, I do have quite a bit more to do here, but I'm gonna do these two at the same time because one's small. I already did this one. I already did this very small one. I'm trying to find a way to, there we go, it's not too bad. I'm trying to, this first one's so small that I'm not gonna do a video by itself because the last one, I did it and I did like a 30 to 1. It was my video number 4. And it was way overkill. As you can see, I did like a 30 to 1 and it doesn't need it. So this time I'm just using the tractor right away and I'm doing a simple system this time, a 7 to 1, not anything more. So, and also while everybody's here watching, I'm gonna be doing a bunch of these. I still have another at least 50 to do, at least 50, that's right. So if you like this content, I try to do about 1 a week, maybe even 2 a week. So if you'd like, go ahead, like, subscribe, share it to everybody. I find it pretty interesting. This one, we're starting with the 7 to 1. Oh, here, I'll just show you. As I was saying, we're starting with, let's go around here, starting with a 7 to 1, just very, very simple. What we're doing, have these two guys right here, these two tree savers. Now, I don't really need tree savers, but I broke a chain. Ever since I broke a chain, now I'm kind of gun shy. And as you notice right here, I preemptively already cut this notch here because last time what happened is this bark had started pulling away, and when it does that, I was just right here on the actual stump itself with the tree savers. What happened as soon as it leaned a little bit forward, the bark started scrunching up there and then just flew off and everything flew way up in the air. That was my video number 5. You got to go check it out. It got launched. So what we're gonna do here, I already cut the notch here so I don't have to worry about it. And we have 2, and the reason why I'm doing 2 is it helps split the load. And so I got, these are 8-footers here. And then these are, so the working weight of these things, these shackles are like, I don't know, it says like 10,000 pounds, but the brake strength is like 50-some thousand pounds. So I just use them like that. And I have this under a little bit of tension already. And then what we have here, and by the way, if you want to, go look at my preparation video. It has the links to everything if you want to know exactly what I bought. It's almost all exclusively from Amazon. Well, anyway, we got 30-footers here because the anchor tree is a little ways away. And we come up here and we're just in a simple system. See, we have 2 and 1 pulley there. Same way over there, 2 and 1. And since the system is in equilibrium, that means that whatever pulling force is right here, I probably have about 400 pounds, 300 pounds on it right now. So that means that each strand has 300 pounds as well. If anything was unbalanced in here, then they would either be braking or it would be pulling. But since nothing is in motion, whatever force I have here on the front of the tractor is exactly what all of them have. So let's say we have 300. So I'm pulling right now just with 300 force. 300, 300, 300 times 7, because there's 7 strands altogether. And since there's 7 strands altogether, none of them are rubbing, times 300, that's 2100. So 21 divided by 3 is 7 to 1, or is, 7. So that means that this is a 7 to 1 system. And it's just a simple system. There's no compounding on the end. I'm pulling directly. And I'll show you if you're wondering what's the difference between a compound and a simple system. Well, I will show you right after I get done pulling this one. We're going to do a little intermission and then keep going. This one I'm just going to pull with the tractor. It should come right out. So here we go. right, everybody, you can see what happened there. That's kind of turning into a normal occurrence with me. But everything's fine. There was a little bit of recoil here, but not too bad. This is just where it went to. And this is kind of what's been happening to me. I could combat it doing different ways, but realistically, it's just not too much. So here it is right here. That was just one pole, a simple 7-to-1 system. Didn't even bog the tractor down. I knew it wouldn't. Now there's still some, I mean, you can see that's a, well here, let's go over and take a look. So I have pretty large hands, and you can see that's the size of that root. So that was a pretty decent sized root. And this guy right over here too, he's still connected, but that's all right. I'll use it. What I've been doing is just using the tractor to dig him out. And this wasn't too deep. It only goes down about a foot and a half there or so, right underneath. So, but the rest of this, I can just throw a chain around that and lift up with the tractor, and the tractor has enough power to just pull this guy out. So that's pretty much exactly what I wanted it to do. And again, that was just a simple 7-to-1 system. This is loose now, just as loose as I need it to be. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over to this guy. Now this guy's a lot bigger. Now it's not, you know, exceptionally large, but one problem is it's already leaning in the direction that it wants to, which I don't really care for. I kind of like pulling it against, you know, I like it leaning the opposite direction, which I'm putting force. And then also, although this isn't terribly big, it's still probably about 9 inch or so, and it's a hardwood, so this one's going to be a lot bigger of a pain in the butt. I'm going to use the same thing. I'm going to use that tree right in the middle of the frame, and the one right by the tractor is a secondary point, probably something like that. So we're going to have some fun here. This one I think is going to fight me quite a bit, but that's all right. That one came out really nice, so I'm going to go ahead and get everything changed over, set up on this one, and then we'll get back to it. All right, everybody, before we get started on this one, let me show you a couple things here. First of all, this is going to be the next one right here. As you can see, a tree came down, poked a nice hole in the fence. I'm going to get that taken care of. But here's the next one. Now, this is a different type of pear tree, but it's also a hardwood. It's also about 6 inches, but it's also been here a lot longer. And you can see all this stupid bamboo that is just underground that I've been trying to get rid of. So this is going to be the next one. You can see there's where the tractor is set up right now. And I have that guy right there. Now the problem is the anchor trees. I have an anchor tree right there and right there. This one's not very big. This one, just changed out all the appliances. This isn't normal to have those there. I'm thinking about using this one here because these have a pretty large spread in between them. And if I do that, then I run into problems with mechanical advantage. So what I was thinking about doing is doing both sets here, doing a 5-to-1 and a 5-to-1 above it, and then having a redirect that way, so that way I can pull, you know, through the yard that way, through the pergola is what I'm thinking about doing, you know, with the redirect. I haven't done that yet. And then these two guys right here. These two have been here for a long time. They're rotting out, but I don't know how solid they are, but these are termite hotels is what they are, and I kill all the termites out of them, but still, I need to get them out of there. And then we're gonna take this bench off the top, and we're gonna extend the deck over here to the end of the house, and then put this up on the deck, and then put a cover for a smoker, and oh, what else? Just a griddle. We have the griddle up there too. So we're gonna go down and show you. So those are 3, you know, these 2 here, that one over there, and let me show you what else we have here. By the way, here's some of the trees that are going to get put back in place where those stumps are coming out. We have pear trees, we have peach trees, 2 pear trees, peach tree, there's an apple tree in there. And then down here, I have not planted in grass yet. So once I get down here, I'm going to use the tractor for everything real quick because I have these 4 here. These are those Royal Empress trees again. Okay. And then right over here, there's some more. There's some clementine. Those are lemon. We have some clementine in the big pots. We have some more apple trees. That's an apple tree. That's an apple tree. This is a guest house, by the way. And then we have some grapevines in there. So yeah, I have those 4 right here. And some of these are kind of grown together. Those 2, I believe, are separate, but I bet you a lot of their roots are intertwined. So these are going to be a big pain in the butt because these are really big too. And then these 2, I believe, are the same tree. Oh yeah, you can see it fused right down there. So that'll be fun. And then after that, not this tree here, but a shop. My shop is going to go right here. There's the old stumps right there. A shop is going to go, this building's coming out, that building's coming out, everything's coming out of here. And a shop, probably a 40 by 80 is going to come in here. The problem, these trees are all in the way. Those trees got to come out. Not only that, but this needs to be graded because the edge of it would be about right in here. I'm like, okay, well, I can just stop there. And the guy that's grading this said, nope, because it has to be graded out about 30 feet past, which is right out in here. So that means all of these trees. Now look at these monsters. They're, I don't know, at least 70 feet tall. But all of these need to come out. And somebody mentioned trying to just pull them down with the tractor and putting like a, like something right here on them, like a rim or something, just chaining it to the stump. So as I pull it over from the top, it will hit this rim that's chained there and it will actually pop the roots out. So I'm going to give that a shot too. And you can see there's another, and then there's a whole bunch of other like this stumps all throughout the property. And it was really nice when they dropped all these trees to clear it initially. They left all the logs there for me. Not happy about that. And then this fence, where this fence goes along the tree line, there's a whole bunch of trees that need to be dropped and stumps pulled out all the way through there to the end of the property, which, by the way, the property from this line right there that you can see, the tree line, goes about another 300 feet. And I'm gonna put wood fence and enclose the whole property. So, whole bunch more to do. There's some dead trees in here. You can see these nice big tall, they're straight as an arrow. Most of them are, but they're gonna have to come out. So let's go around back to the front and I'll show you what we have for the next setup here. All right, everybody, and we're back up here now. You got the tractor right there. So if you're familiar with the channel, you've seen this similar setup to this before. This is an anchor tree. It's a nice big one. It's right in the middle of the yard, so it worked perfectly. And then I got two 10-footers, and I'm splitting the load between two of them. Two 10-foot straps that come out here to the pulleys, just one pulley by itself right here, and then two right there. And if you look here, you got 1, 2, well, let's come out here to the middle. There's shadows here too, so it makes it harder. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are right now at a 7-to-1 on this first system, as you can see. And then these guys go all the way back around there. Now, this is where, right here where I'm going over, this is where the last one, if you look at my video number 5, this is where it was at right here. And you can see almost all of it, nice big divot. And then this is the one that we just got done with. And you can see that's a pretty small little notch that I put in it with the chainsaw. And it came up really nice, not too bad. And this guy is where I'm at. Now this one, I put a much bigger notch in it right there, as you can see. So it should be able to hopefully hold it. And I didn't have enough. I know a lot of people are telling me to wrap it, and I would love to wrap it, but I just did not have enough this time. This was as tight as I could get it, or it's just very tight. I couldn't get any tight. I don't have any other option, basically. But I didn't have any extra to wrap it around the stump there. So not a possibility. And we got two 8-footers there that act as extensions. I guess I could have straightened them out and then wrapped it once, but that's all right. I'm not redoing it now. And also, the first time I did this, it took me about an hour and a half to set up. Now it's taking me about 15 minutes to set these up. So we have right here 7-to-1. Great, 7-to-1. That looks all happy right there. But then we have right here, this is the end of the 7-to-1 right here. That's the end of it. And now we have another one right here. This is the end of the next rope. This is the second rope. And now this runs all the way down there around another pulley, and I'm using the chain. I haven't used the chain for a while, but this is also really low tension right here. And then back here and around the pulley again, and then to the front of the tractor. So this is a 3-to-1. You see, you got 3 strands here pulling in this direction. 1, 2, 3. As I was saying earlier, since there's no motion in the system right now, if I had, let's say, 1,000 pounds of force here, that means these have to match it. So that'd be 1, 2, 3. So that means right here at the end on this shackle, there'd be 3,000 pounds of pulling force, in this direction on that one. Well, since there's no motion here, then that means that there's 3,000 here, and then on each one of these strands times 7. So that ends up being, because there's 7 strands, 1 strand, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that means that 3,000 times 7, that's 21,000 pounds. So that means 1,000 pounds of pulling force with the tractor, 21,000 pounds right here. Basically, since everything's anchored to one point, it ends up being 21,000 pounds right there. Now that's only 1,000 pounds of force. I'm pretty sure the tractor will end up going more, because that stump is a lot bigger and it's a lot shorter too than the others. So I'm going to go ahead, stop it, and get everything started and get to pulling. All right, everybody saw that. The stump, I haven't had that happen before it actually split. So we're hooked back up here. This is 3-to-1. This is the 7-to-1 over there. And now, because I got some, well, here, I'll show you what happened. So we have everything tied here, but the good part is now that it's leaning towards me, I was able to get a wrap around it now. So it should, and I had to put another one. So what happened is the entire thing just kind of split out. There's the roots on the back of it, so. But yeah, the whole thing just kind of split, because this is where the notch was. I had it too close to the top, but anyway, it just split through there and, you know, came flying off. So I put it a little bit further down. Now I have like an extra wrap around it there too. So hopefully it'll be okay and it'll stay on there now. Electric chainsaw. I should just, you know, get a good one. But anyway, you can see came out quite a bit here, and the dog's here to supervise. And so after we get done, I'm probably gonna have to dig these out with the tractor a little bit, but that's all right. That's no problem. So anyway, let's give it a shot and let's get back to it. Just so you guys can see how far I pulled, this is about 80 feet from where I started. And with 80 feet, since it's a 21-to-1, it only actually moved about 4 feet. So we're gonna go there, and I was pulling right along through here. These right here, the dog's all happy. She wanted that stump gone more than anybody else. And then we can come all the way up here and you can see this stuff flew off. And I haven't been doing any damage. This has all been really nice. This is just kind of what happens here. She loves smelling the ground right after I tear these things up. Zoom out here a little bit. So let's take a look at it. This should be good enough now that I can throw a chain around it. What happened this time? It just slid out of the notch. Oh no, it broke the notch again right there. All right, well, listen to me. Always learning new stuff. And there's there's those roots. I'm gonna have to dig those out a little bit. And these guys, ooh, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see down in there again. You can see way down in there. I'm gonna throw a chain around this, lift it up with the tractor. What I discovered is if I take with a bucket and just kind of rock it back and forth a little bit, it knocks all the dirt off there and stand it upright. Knocks the dirt off, works pretty well. And then I can dig up these. I mean, this is no small guy here. That's size 13 shoe. Those aren't very small. So, but I'm gonna rip those out as long as I don't want it to come underneath and hit the fence there, but I may not have much of a choice. And in case anybody's wondering, pink flag, pink flag, pink flag there, and a whole row of pink flags there. This is for all those apple trees and pear trees and everything else I'm getting ready to plant in here. I'm gonna start getting all these out of the way. I got 4 stumps left right here. I'm gonna get them all out of the way so that way I can start filling them in and getting going on the apple trees and the fruit trees in general. So I'm gonna start digging these guys out and show you what I have after I dig them out. Yeah, Sapphire's making sure that I'm doing everything correctly. All right, guys, we're having a little bit more problem than we thought. We're down to a 7-to-1 directly onto the tractor because it's mostly broken loose, but there is one that is just being a huge royal pain, and it caused me to destroy the yard pretty much. I have all kinds of issues in the yard now, and the reason why is because I thought it was going to be good enough. But we can't. I had the tractor over here. I was ramming it. I was trying to lift it. I was doing everything, and that tractor can lift 3,000 pounds. Tried to lift it straight out of there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what I ended up doing is we got this on here now, and hopefully the way that I have the chain set up there, it'll be able to choke down on it, because this is wanting to splinter too every time I put a damn anyway, every time that I want to put a notch in it, it wants to splinter out. So there's only one big one left there, but I can't seem to break the stupid thing free. So tried it again. We're down to a 7-1. I'm going to try pulling it again. So here we go. All right, let's go up here and take a look. My folks are saying I might want to keep pulling, but I think I saw it give loose to everything right there, because I think I actually pulled it quite a ways. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm on top of the ground. I see it. It was that guy right there. It was on the front side. It was a really big one on the front side, so that was the one. So as you can see now, it's completely torn loose. I was dragging it on top about 3 feet or so. So yeah, it's still a nice big one. It's going to take a lot of work to get that last one out of there, but yep, that looks like it's it. So I'm going to, looks like that's all. I'm going to unhook this and get back in here. Man, those suckers are huge, coming all the way up here. So I'm going to get this thing dirt knocked off of it and lift it out of here. Be back in just a minute. right, everyone, so we are done with this line right here. I'm going to go, and there's a couple little chunks of roots that I need to get up here. So this is the first one that I got here, and as you notice, all the stumps are gone. This was the line that was all the way through there, and I got all of them out. I tore up the yard way more than I wanted to, but I guess I'm just gonna have to replant or something. Now if you notice here, and got most of these, there's some little tiny roots like that right there. But then there's some big guys like those. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to uncover those by hand and then just chop them out. I was just afraid of it going under the fence and then pulling under the fence. Like this one looks like there's a big one right under here. There's a crack right in the ground there. So it looks like that one, all of them have it. There's this big one right here. I tried pulling it out and it started pulling underneath the fence. So again, I'm gonna have to chop those out manually. Same way with those. It sounds kind of bad, but it shouldn't be too bad. There must be a large one right in here because this is a big mound right where my foot is, even though I don't see anything right off the bat. And then obviously this guy's pretty big here. So we got all of them out there. Anyway, I'm going to need to level all this stuff now and then start putting, start getting fill dirt put back in. And I'm not going to use fill dirt. I'm going to actually use topsoil just to help out a little bit. Now, if you look, we're in Georgia, but some of this is actually, some black soil. The like right on the top here, down below, it's got to be, red clay a little bit. But anyway, everything worked really nice. I had to, it took a little bit longer than what I thought. And notice the darkness. I thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. It's about 8 o'clock here right now. So I hope everybody enjoyed this one. This is the end of this line right through here of all these stumps. Now I'm going to do that one over there on the fence line, then those two on the other side of the house there. And also those on the side of the house there, what you're seeing there is solar, like an inverter and a charge controller. And we have solar panels switched all the way over to solar panels on this house. I'm going to do a video on that here in a couple of weeks. I am not impressed. I would not recommend going solar. I really wouldn't, but that's an issue for another day. So hope everybody is having a good week, and we'll see you in about a week from right now.